Okay, guys, we're ready to start with the lightning talks for today. First up is Christina Raymond Murphy from Penn State University. So go ahead, Christina.
Okay, sorry, good morning. My name is Christina Raymond Murphy. On behalf of my colleagues, Lori Lysick and Paul McMonigal, I'm going to talk about a small edit-a-thon we do at Penn State University in the United States around Native American women activists. And that's largely because of, to address institutional knowledge gaps with Wikipedia and with Native Americans. For a little bit of context, on the right-hand side of that slide is the state of Pennsylvania. The state is on the east side of the United States. It's about 1.5 times smaller than Uruguay and has about 12 million people. And Penn State is a large land-grant university with 90,000 students, and we have 24 campuses spread across the entire state. We were founded in 1855, and really important, in 1862, the Monroe Land-Grant Act created endowments for colleges by selling off land that was owned by Native American tribes. So that gave us the land that we were on and also the funding for a number of the universities. In the United States, we only recently have started doing land acknowledgements and even thinking about ways that we can address the context of where we came from. And so in university libraries at Penn State, one of the things we decided to try in 2021 was to start an edit-a-thon, to do a very small something to address this. Our land acknowledgement is on the right. You can see how many peoples and communities and Native American tribes lived in what is now known as Pennsylvania. So initially what we did is a one-day event. Last year we did a month-long event. We partner with faculty in just 2 courses. We do a virtual training session for the students who are all undergraduates. Last year we had a keynote speaker from the Lenape or the Delaware tribe. And we did 4 virtual drop-in meetups this time. So we do a month-long event. We spend a year organizing it. We select a number of Native American women activists who have no articles or very little about them, similar to the Women in Science edit-a-thon. And then we invite students to work on that. A couple things, actually I'll go back to that. Penn State Libraries is we have a lot of money. And so that's also what we want to take advantage of. We have access to tons of databases, right, that many people in the United States, many other universities do not have access to. So that's also, right, with that privilege of having access to all of these resources, we want to make sure that we connect students to using them, and how can we contribute that back to the Knowledge Commons. So that's another place that we're coming from. With all that resource comes a lot of responsibility. So we create a guide for participants. I won't obviously read all this. Some of it's, just introduction to Wikipedia. A lot more we focus on best practices for writing about Indigenous women. Some of those mirror the guidelines for, doing biographies of living people in Wikipedia, and guidelines for writing about women, to make sure their articles match those of men, to make sure that they are not centered around who they are in relationship that we talk about what they have done on their own, to make sure that we also do not put them in the context of their relationship to the colonizers as well. So that's really a challenge, right? So there's a lot we're asking students and editors to think about. You can see we had an article created on the right. I actually really resonated with what they spoke about on Monday on the challenge of getting students to be content creators in Wikipedia. We had 15 editors. Those are faculty, librarians, and staff, and we also had a number of students who edited. We created a number of things, but for a huge university, we didn't have as big a turnout as we would like. So this continues to be a challenge for us, as how to get students to be content creators when it comes to Wikipedia. And so for next year, we're rethinking about how we can create more engagement across all of our 24 campuses and invite students in. So that's all I have. This is the 3 of us. I have links to our tip sheet, our meetup guide, our dashboard, and as well, I want to recognize the committee that's been part of planning this. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sina. Next up is Arin Abdurrahman from the American Center of Research in Jordan. So, thanks.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name is Arin Abdurrahman. I'm a pharmacist, graduated from the Hashemite University from Jordan. I'm editor in Arabic Wikipedia. Also, I'm a web and university ambassador for Wikipedia education program. And I'm here now to share my experience as the first Wikipedian in residence in Jordan at the American Center of Oriental Research. Most of you know about Wikipedian in residence, which is Wikimedian or Wikipedian that dedicate time to working in-house in an institution or organization. In the end of the residency, relationship and collaboration should be built between the organization or institution and the Wiki projects, mainly GLAM. Here is the diagram for the Wikipedian in residence. And now I want to talk briefly about the American Center of Oriental Research, which is an international non-profit organization that facilitates the acquisitions of knowledge through research and dialogue with extensive library and archive fellowship and scholarship programs and residential facilities. I spent 5 months during my residency there. It is a photo taken for me in one of the editathon I helped in co-organization. My duties and responsibilities mainly was in using ACOR resources, either archives, photos, citations, papers, and newsletters and academic reports to enrich Wikipedia in both in English and Arabic. And also I created many articles about historical places. We in Jordan have many historical places. One of them is Petra, as you see. It is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Also, there's many places, palaces and theaters. Also, I take the chance through my residency in ACOR to meet people who make master degrees or complete their studies and introduce them to Wikipedia. And in the end of my residency, I organized in virtual editathon because there was a pandemic in 2020. Also, if you search on ACOR, you can find publication wrote about me by name, title, Open Jordanian Heritage Wikimedians Share Stories of Editing Online. This is my photo, and I had I want to share with you my say. In Arabic and in English, it is. I hold a deep belief that is the right. It's the right of all people around the world to have a free, unrestricted access to knowledge. That has been my main motivation for participation in Wikipedia, the global encyclopedia. In order to build aware, cultured, strong societies, we need to increase the number of readers, learners, and writers. On Wikipedia, this goes beyond the process of writing itself. It requires selected, reliable, trustworthy resources with which to feed our minds and ways of thinking. During my internship, I saw such qualities in ACOR's varied resources, which included photographs, newsletters, articles, and academic reports. I think these are useful and suitable for people at various levels, from expert researchers to local communities seeking specific information or images. My experience as a Wikimedian at ACOR will be memorable for me and has had an impact on my personal and professional development. It enriched my knowledge and expanded my horizons. Thank you.
Thank you, Arin. A continuación es Mónica Borrilla Parra, de Wikimedia.
Hello, good morning. I will speak about Wiki for Human Rights, Wiki por los Derechos Humanos, which is a global campaign of our movement against the backdrop of the current situation in Latin America, the Caribbean. We speak about the right to a healthy environment. Here you can see the logos of the different chapters and user groups. These are the logos of the different organizations that participated in Latin America. Wikimedia Argentina, Wikimedians Bolivia, Wikimedia Uruguay, Wiki Acción Peru, Wikimedians of La Plata Museum, Wikimedia Chile, and Wikimedia Colombia. That's one of the pictures, and here I will provide a brief summary of our campaign and the collaborative work we did with several organizations. We organized a wiki contest and a regional calendar of activities, which involved over 20 actions. You can see here some of the pictures and how we adopted a graphic image. Very different activities were carried out, not only editathons, but walks, contests, wiki walks to document, for example, the biological diversity of several regions and places. We also organized an online contest on environment and climate change. Over 100 people enrolled and 20 people finished the course. And these are some of the metrics used to measure the impact of what we are doing. Over 4,000 articles were edited on Wikipedia, over 300 new articles, and over 250 participants. And that's the impact of the contributions to Wikimedia projects. We have over 130 million visits in English Wikipedia for the articles that were created or edited, over 190 million visits on other Wikipedias, and the number of articles in the different languages is 25,717. These are some articles and comparative metrics. These articles were created during 2022. For example, clean technology has over 10,000 visits in the past 11 months. The size of the article and the number of visits a day. And for this year's campaign, we conducted a survey to evaluate what we had done right in the 2022 version and what we should change for these years. We surveyed everyone who had participated in 2022, and 44 people answered the survey. What we did with the survey results is to think about impact and relevant activities for the participants that we knew were interested in the campaign. This is a timeline, or this is our graphic images that are very nice, and the different groups adapted them based on their own logos. Thank you. Okay, well, welcome Carlos Brescia from Wiki Acción Peru. I'm representing not only Wiki Acción Peru, but also the platform that Monica described earlier. We are a group of Wikimedian organizations that has come together to carry out a regional campaign on Wiki for human rights and a healthy environment. In October 2021, the Human Rights Commission of the United Nations declared the right to a healthy, clean, sustainable environment as a human right that can be demanded by citizens and groups to their governments. There is a human rights violation if a municipality is not complying with their duties with regards to a clean, healthy and sustainable environment. In 2029, we started organizing shared activities under the Climate Change Wiki project. We organized 3 editathons where 189 articles were translated, 18 created, 170 enhanced, and 37 participants. Monica spoke about the 2022 campaign, and you can see on screen the different figures for that. We organized workshops, panels, contests, and visits. And this year we had up to 15 ally organizations. For example, Wiki Acción Peru worked with the Peruvian Environmental Rights Association with IDECEP, is an indigenous communities association, to create panels, map content gaps. We uploaded over 1,000 images, created over 100 articles, 300 were improved, and all of those organizations participated. Monday and Tuesday this week, the representatives of the regional campaign met in Montevideo to speak about next year. The meeting was possible thanks to a fund from Euquemistas Uruguay that Evelyn managed to find to discuss what we will do. Wikimedia Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Wikimedians Bolivia, Uruguay, Wiki Acción Peru participated in this meeting, and we came together as a working group, as an open working group, and the name of our group is Wikimedians for the Territories. That's a picture of our first meeting, formal meeting. I mean, we have been meeting a few years now online, and this is our working agenda. For next year, we want to address the Wiki for Human Rights campaign. We have a green digital citizenship program together with the IDB to train Wikimedians on the climate crisis that affects all of us. Sometimes some of us are already calling it a climate emergency. I think it is the biggest problem humankind is facing right now. And the third objective is to organize an in-person meeting. We want to have an in-person meeting in Huaraz, and that would be the first Wikimedian international event in Peru. We've never organized an international Wikimedian event in Huaraz, in Peru. Huaraz is a city where there are hundreds of glaciers. There is a farmer that is suing a hydroelectric company in Germany for the CO2 that they have emitted over the course of 100 years, leading to global warmings. Many glaciers are retreating, and one of those glaciers is threatening a lagoon that if a piece of that glacier were to fall, it would destroy 1/5 of the city of Huaraz, and many people would die, and that already happened in Huaraz some time ago. We also have a Chavin de Huántar culture, and in Huaraz we've been organizing a Wikimedian activity since 2018. We've never organized an international event here, and there is a political backdrop to it. 60 people have been killed by the police and the military groups just for protesting in Peru. we have a social, traditional, and ancestral context to it as well. The picture that you can see, it's a culture called Chain de Guantar, and as you can see in the picture, there are two columns, and we have two draconian beings. One is a male and the other one is a female figure, and they are all at the same level. The Chain de Guantar's temple's main message is supplementary and balance. Men, women at the same level. And that is part of our wisdom that has been painted in our rocks thousands of years ago. This is the tallest mountain in the country, and it is a source of water, and electricity is also generated based on the water that comes down from the glaciers. We are hosting a 2-day event where we come together as a working group to plan different knowledge alliances, discuss and make future plans, and then a 3-day conference about indigenous knowledge, open knowledge, climate crisis, and sustainability. Around this conference, we want to bring together not only Wikimedians, but also people that work on communication, on digital media about climate change, the climate crisis, and allow for indigenous leaders to find a place where they can express their voices, and where digital rights activists in Peru and South America can find a place where they can share their experiences. We also want to strengthen our group as a coalition of different actors fighting for digital rights and build shared dialogue around climate change and sustainability, and understanding how sustainability is connected to digital rights. What do we want to achieve? We want to position Wikipedia as a source of updated, relevant, and neutral information for our alliance and communities. Wikipedia plays a very important role today to tackle the climate emergency. We also want to collaborate to create thorough collaborations with regional allies on environmental rights and indigenous peoples, and we want continuous improvement on the model that's being used by Wikimedia communities to create associations in different places in Latin America to address the needs of communities and local actors. Thank you.